Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Talk of the Town. We are your hosts, Ursula
and Melissa Hebert.
So we had a lot of fun after episode 1 and filming that and everything. Thanks so much for all your feedback. One of the main takeaways was that we need to coordinate our outfits a little better.
Yeah, people said that we should at least look like we're going to the same place.
So obviously, there's no argument that we have answered your calls.
Yes, we take feedback seriously.
We do.
Fully coordinated.
Yes.
Going to the same place.
Fires.
Yes, exactly. So thank you for that. We will keep listening. We'll keep our ears open for your feedback.
Yes.
So last time in episode 1, we mentioned that we wanted to learn more about the brand new left-hand flashing yellow light that was installed in the center of town. And so we have a lot of cool things actually to share related to the light. We've got an interview with the Chief of Police, Matt King. Mm-hmm. We've got live look. Me and Ursula went down there, got a real-time feel for the light, and we can show you what that's all about. Mm-hmm. And maybe a few other things that you might find interesting.
Yes.
A new talent that we may have acquired in this process.
Yes,
so
we're trying hard.
So we would like to say thank you to Chief Wadzinski and the Littleton Fire Department for allowing us to temporarily borrow these uniforms. Really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So
They're
you guys,
heavy.
They are.
You guys do a lot. I mean, before you even do your job, you wearing this, very hard.
Yes.
So we appreciate it.
Yeah, very, very much so.
Yes.
Let's just say you don't want me being your fireman. I mean, this took 20 minutes.
A long time.
So, okay, but I know they have really efficient ways of dealing with this. Okay, so anyway, thanks to the fire chief. Thank you, Littleton Fire Department, for the outfits. And you guys check out our clip, and we'll be right back.
What flavor coffee did you get?
I got white chocolate raspberry. Have you tried it?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god, it's delicious.
Wicked good.
It's so good. It's one of their new flavors. They have, I think, another new one, but then I don't know what that is because I've only tried this one and it's like my new favorite flavor. So
There's the flashing yellow.
yeah, but what do I do right? Do I stop?
Well, you have to yield. You can go when there's a space.
But-
Now go!
Are
No,
you
wait!
sure?
No,
Nope.
wait. Don't go yet.
Yeah, you know what it is. Flashing yellow, flashing yellow, flashing yellow, flashing yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Flashing yellow, flashing yellow, flashing yellow, flashing yellow. Yeah, do you know what it is? Flashing yellow arrow up ahead. Yeah, you're the not stop. When I pull up the light, you scar shit. Repping the town, when you see me, you know everything. Flashing yellow, flashing yellow, flashing yellow, flashing yellow. I put it down from the whips to my neighbors on it. Flashing yellow, flashing yellow, flashing yellow, flashing yellow.
We're here with Chief of Police Matt King to share a little bit more about the new flashing left-hand yellow light that's been installed in the center of town. So first of all, Matt, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and talk to us.
Anytime.
So first of all, tell us a little bit about why the light? Why do we need the light?
Well, first off, residents were telling us that to come from on King Street and try to make a left-hand turn onto to Great Road was almost impossible. And having sat through the lights several times myself, and you're going through 3 and 4 and 5 sets of lights, and you couldn't make the turn. And we also were having, our accident rate was going up there in the center. The flow of traffic has increased since, the common was originally built by the state. And so we petitioned the state as a town to say, we need the left-hand lights. And we were really only looking at the time for the left-hand light coming from, I guess, Littleton proper, to make a left-hand turn onto Great Road, but they ended up giving us both. So now we have a 4-way intersection with 4-way left-hand turns.
Ah, very good. I didn't know that we actually instigated. That's fantastic because I've experienced that myself as well.
Absolutely.
It wasn't fun, and glad to see it. So in order to install it, were there any kind of preparations that we needed to go through, or was it as simple as just put it up there?
Oh, it actually was fairly painless. Once they came down and looked at it, we did a walkthrough down in the common with myself, Jim Clyde, and Town Administrator Keith Bergman. and Jim Clyde from the Highway Department, we were all really able to explain what the situation was, and we sat there for a while and they actually were able to see it. And then it went off to the state engineers to say, okay, can they make it work? Which obviously they came back to us and said, you know, we can make it work with, as you know, there's been some road intersection changes down there with striping and 2 lanes down to 1 and moving things, but none of the common was touched. We didn't take any land, we didn't touch our common proper, which was really paramount on the town.
Exactly.
That the common be left, you know, undisturbed.
Yes. Yep. And so you found a creative way of kind of reconfiguring things.
They did, because they were told, you know, if you have to tell us we're going to cut a piece off of the common, then don't bother.
Yeah, exactly.
And try and maintain, you know, the little parking that's down there in the common as it is.
That's another good point. Yeah, we didn't lose any
They didn't lose any
parking.
spaces or anything, so.
That's great. Let's talk a little bit about how it works. So one of the interesting things about this is we're only the 2nd town in Massachusetts to have a flashing left-hand yellow light. So it's new to us all.
Correct.
We don't know how to, well, you know, maybe we're figuring it out, but let's talk a little bit about how it works. And so what are drivers expected to do when they see it flashing yellow? And also, you know, we've noticed there's signage on certain aspects of the light and not on other sides. So if you could talk to us a little bit about that.
You know, before they had the 2 lanes there, and basically the left lane always was really the left lane onto, even though it wasn't marked that way.
Yeah, but people knew
And there was
to
a
get
green
in the
light,
left.
and then people would push it, let's face it, because there was a green light. Well, now with the left-hand dedicated lane, when you've got your, you know, when the light first changes, you have left-hand green lights from both coming from Westford and coming from Littleton to make your turns. And then when the greens go to let, you know, regular through traffic go, it goes to that flashing yellow, which basically says you can go, but you have to make sure that the roadway is clear in front of you. Now, the signage is because when the state came out to do the installation, they had the signs with them for all 4 lights, except the engineer didn't put it on the plan, and therefore the installers wouldn't put up the signs even though they had them. So they're coming back to do that because the sign on the other one very much explains what you're supposed to do at the light. You stop, if it's clear, you can go. So they're coming back hopefully this spring as soon as the endless winter breaks and we can get them to install those. So, you know, I will tell you this though, that the lights there and the lights all the way down Great Road, obviously having to do the statistics for the year-end report for the town meeting, have dropped almost 85%.
Wow.
Once those lights have come up and running.
You're joking me.
No, the accident rate in that whole area is down to almost nothing.
That's fantastic.
Which is great. It's great to see that it's worked, because it was terrible for a while. That 1 mile section of roadway was
real bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
In
the common, I think, is much safer, and there's a lot less frustration, and there's a lot less near misses, because there was a lot of near misses there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And a lot of people running red lights and other things because they get so frustrated they're
waiting so long.
Right, they're waiting so long they would just push through it. Right.
Yeah. So the light itself has an interesting sequencing going between red, yellow, green, flashing yellow. Can you talk to us a little bit more about how the sequence works and what folks should be doing in those different steps? So
when the light first turns green, obviously green arrow means make your left-hand turn, just like it's a green light. And then when it cycles, it then goes to a red light, to a red arrow, which means obviously you can't make your turn anymore. And that lasts for a few seconds to let the last traffic, pass through the intersection. And then when the traffic that's throughway traffic turns to green, you'll see that the light then switches down to a flashing yellow light, which actually lets you then proceed with caution to make your left-hand turn if it's safe to do so. They are going to be making all the lights that are in the state are going to have this new sequence in it. It's just that we were the first one to get a rebuild in, and while they did it, they did the smart thing and did the whole thing, other than the engineer forgot to put the signs on the thing, and we didn't get the signs, but we will get them this spring.
I don't know if you noticed this, but it's been snowing quite a bit.
No.
Is that impacted what's going on in that intersection at all, or with the plow job and the left-hand yellow are doing good, or is it getting?
It's been going good. It's a tight common for tractor trailer trucks. That's probably the only negative for that area. The tractor trailer trucks making swings it's a tight area.
Yep.
But they seem to be able to do it.
They might have to do a little bit of a shimmy, but they get
Right.
there. They get down there.
And that's why you also notice they moved this coming up Great Road from 495. You'll notice they moved the stop bars back to
Yes,
give the
to
trucks
give the
more area to swing, because they tightened up what would be the right-hand turn coming from Westford to get there, but with the stop bar back, it gives them more area to be able to swing their nose around.
And that's
why
probably-
the stop bars are back in those areas.
That's a really good point. That's probably something people need to be conscious of as well.
Right.
That has moved, and
That's right.
and that
it
is
definitely
why.
it's about 15 feet before where it used to be.
Yeah.
You know, and you'll also notice, you know, coming down King Street from Westford, you've got to pay attention to what the roadway signage is, because you've got could have two-way, you know, there's the two-way turning zone there for a while that you have to be careful of in the center of the roadway to make left and or right before it just goes to the left-hand turn lane.
Right.
So, you know, you
Look
have to be a little
alive,
careful.
people. Look alive.
You have to just, you know, you have to pay attention to the roadway markings, and you know, we're all used to the 30 or 40 years that the road was just a two-lane road coming down, and it's different
It's
today.
changing.
And right now it's different too, because the striping is taking a real beating this winter, because it was put in so late next year. So I've already been asking for it to restripe it early, because it's if you go out there today, it's almost non-existent.
So we'll get signage on all sides, hopefully repaint the striping. Is there
Right.
anything else coming up that we should know about, or?
No,
Is that
that's
it for now?
That's pretty much it for hopefully for roadway work. I do know that the state's got on the list to rebuild the bridge down there to get the 4 lanes over the bridge and the bicycle lane. That's on their list now. They figured out they really need to do that, just with the amount of traffic that's there currently. So that's coming up, but you know, we're working. You know, it's still a work in progress. We're still tweaking lights, and you know, and until the point really is that it's full capacity, you know, the light adjustments won't stop until it, you know, and they could change seasonally too. You know, Christmas time in a shopping mall is much different than, you know, the middle of summer in a shopping mall.
So we'll keep an eye out then.
Keep an eye out, right?
You never know.
Well,
But right
you know,
now,
we're also, I mean, Great Road needs some other, you know, some other traffic controls at Beaver Brook, you know, much like when we did Power
Yeah.
Road, you know, so especially with the flow of traffic that's on Great Road, it's a really, you know, the amount of traffic on that road is just astronomical. So,
Yeah.
you know, you need these major cross streets to have a safe way to get out.
absolutely. Is there anything else you can think of that we might want to know, even in general?
In general, there's a lot of snow in the backyard of the police station from the highway department, and we're taking bets on when it's going to all melt.
I'd like to get in on that, thanks. I'll say 2017.
yeah, I'm beginning to wonder.
All right, well, thanks so much again, Matt.
Anytime.
I hope this was helpful, guys. So, flashing left-hand yellow light mystery solved.
So thanks so much to Chief of Police Matt King for coming down and speaking to us a little bit more about the left-hand flashing yellow light at the LCTV open house. We really appreciate all the information you gave us. And also, if you do want some more information, we will have a link to the Mass DOT website on our Facebook page. You should also like our Facebook page. And then I think that is it for now. So thanks for watching episode 2, and tune in next time.
But wait, one more thing.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
So what does the purple light do?
The purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's nothing. When I pulled off the lot, that's nothing. Reppin' my town when you see me